Hey, book lovers, welcome back to Shelf Addiction, the podcast where we dive deep into the pages of thriller and fantasy reads. I'm your host, Tamara, and today we are breaking down our 2025 reads from the fantasy series and the other romantic vibed book chats. But first, a quick heads up, if you crave the full visual experience and want to ditch the ads, head on over to our Patreon. You'll unlock ad-free video episodes, exclusive after shows, and tons of other bonus content. If you prefer audio only, Spreaker listeners, you're in luck. After shows and exclusives are available there as well. And finally, most recently to our lineup is Spotify. So if you are on Patreon or if you want to subscribe for bonus content, you can view it over on Spotify. That's exciting. Want even more bookish banter? Join our community on the Book Clubs app. And don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review wherever you're listening so more book lovers can find us. And speaking of community, I am thrilled to welcome back my fantasy and romance ride or die co-host, Casey from Heart Full of Ink. Welcome back, Casey.
Hello, hello. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes. Are you ready for the year-end wrap-up?
Yes and no. I'll tell you in a second.
Okay. You can find both of us online in all of the usual spots. The links for everything are in the show notes, so click around and do all the things. We appreciate you for doing it. Before we begin, we want to remind you that we talk full spoilers. This is not a traditional book chat, but we might bring things up. So you want to be aware. If you've read the books, you're golden. If you haven't, just, spoiler alert. All right, so let's jump in. We're going to kick it off with the fantasy series, of which we did 5 this year, 4 duology and 1 trilogy. Let's talk high level. What did you think about our reading this year for the fantasy series?
Can I be really honest?
Of course.
I forgot most of these series were read this year. This morning, literally, sorry, I didn't mean to make you laugh as you drank, but literally this morning I was like, wait, what books are we talking about? So I went and scrolled through the podcast. I was like, we read this year? I thought this was last year's stuff. What is this?
So I think, to be fair, we've had 2025 has been like this hellscape.
Yeah.
So a lot of things I feel like we did it and just moved on.
And forgot. And normally I remember stuff, but I was like, I thought we did The Darkness Outside of Us in 2024.
It feels like
it was March. And I was like, I know. I guess that was this year.
It's because this year has been so long and hellish.
So long and so terrible. And oh my God.
Yeah.
So please excuse me when I forget most of the details or how I even rated these books, because I don't remember.
Look, I'm sitting here right now scrolling through Goodreads to see what I rated the books. It makes me feel like there was nothing that was really a standout this year.
We really didn't have a good series this year.
No.
We've been in a reading slump for a couple years now.
Yeah, we have not had a chef's kiss, overwhelming, good feeling about a series in a while. To me, I feel like the last time I had a level of excitement about a series was honestly the Pierce Brown books. And that was a while ago.
It was almost 3 years ago.
Yeah.
That was January 2023.
Yeah, it was. January through March, we read the first 3 books. But everything since then has been kind of mid.
Mm-hmm.
And that's horrible.
Ugh.
So with that, leave us comments. You see the kind of stuff we read on this podcast. If you have something that you think we would really like, no more than 4 books long. That is the cutoff. No more than 4 books long. And it has to be fully published, not waiting on the finale. Leave us comments because we'll consider it. Because we're searching for our next favorite thing. Because, there's a couple older series that we really, really love, which you guys know because we always talk about them.
Yes.
But we need something fresh.
Yes.
That is also a new favorite thing. So I personally feel like 26 for me, I know I'm kind of jumping ahead, but 26, it's my mission to find at least one series that I can say, wow, that was just amazing. And so I'm looking in places I hadn't looked before. I'm using a little AI help to help me find things. And yes, I know AI, but look, I can't find everything. I don't know everything. And TikTok, you just see the same shit over and over and over.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm trying to find something unique. So this will be, if you haven't participated before, this might be a good time to join because we're exploring different things, different authors.
Yes. I'm
So,
excited. I'm excited
yeah,
for 2026.
me too. I feel like it's time for something new, something fresh, like not just in reading, but in life.
Yes.
Um,
Please, let's refresh life too.
yeah,
We need a good year in
yeah, can we hit
2026.
we need to hit the reset button
Hmm.
because again, and it's when it comes to reading, it's just been so long since we've had a hit.
Yes.
And I'm surprised we're not burnt out, to be honest. We keep
I feel
going.
like we're getting there because we keep going like, oh God, we need to pick a new series. Is it going to be terrible? I hope it's not terrible.
Yeah, we're on the cusp. We need something to really hit. we
Yes.
we need
Yes.
something that will push us through another year of terrible books.
Yeah. We need
Um,
several good series to be like, oh my God, we love books again.
yeah, like 2026 was a banger. That's what we want to be saying this time
Mm-hmm.
next year.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yes.
yeah. All right. So where should we start? Should we go by order or should we go by
Let's
what do
go
you
in
think?
order. Let's start at the beginning.
Back
Just
to the
make it easy.
beginning.
Back at the beginning,
Rewind.
back in January when we were talking about the daughter of the Pirate King,
By what is it? Tricia, what's her name?
Tricia,
Tricia Levenseller.
Trisha Levens, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So this gem,
there was a lot of hope for this book, this duology. It did not fulfill that hope. There was a
no,
lot of trauma that she went through.
yeah,
It was very YA, even with the trauma.
yeah. It was very odd. It was this odd balance of or imbalance. It was like in
Hmm.
some ways things were kind of violent.
Hmm.
Again, the trauma you mentioned, with her mom and her father, the
Oh,
Pirate
especially
King,
her father.
the whole she's like really trying to hide, like not hide per se, but like her being a siren was this whole thing. And then
Hmm.
like the guy she liked kind of hated her because she was a siren.
Uh-huh.
And it was like a lot of things, but then at the same time it felt young. Like how is that possible? You have like
Yeah.
really
Because she
intense.
was 16 or 17, right? Like
Yeah.
she was very much a teenager and very much acted like it, which is, good for
But she's a
YA
killer
books.
as
But she was
well.
also this deadly killer.
Yeah. I don't know. It's an interesting dichotomy of things going on in that book. And
Yeah.
it just did not hit in the way I was hoping. And this
Yeah.
was a very popular book. Like
Hmm.
right now on Goodreads, there's over 230,000 ratings on Goodreads for this thing. And the average rating is 3.93 for the first book. So now I'm checking my rating and I rated the first book a 3,
Hmm.
which and apparently I rated the second book a 4. So for some reason I like the second book more, but I could not tell you why that is right now.
So bad. I'm so sorry, guys. This podcast is going to be a lot of I don't remember.
Look, blame it on the black hole of 25.
Yes.
Um, Regardless, that was an interesting start to the year. And I think though, if I had to give it some props, it was different because we hadn't really done pirates and
Yeah.
sirens.
I
So
think that's why I picked it because I
yeah,
wanted something very different from what we had done. We've never done pirates before, so here we go. And this was not it.
I feel like that was our theme of 25 for these books was different.
Yes,
We were always between you and me, we were always looking for something different
different.
and
Yeah,
nothing hit of the
nothing.
different. So next up of the different, we did The Darkness Outside Us by Elliot Schreifer. And
Yes.
that was another duology it was a space.
Mm-hmm. The book one, I think this might be our favorite of the year because we
Yeah.
both loved this book. It was shocking. It was so many spoilers, guys. Like it was a good book. It
Yes.
made me cry a lot.
Mm-hmm. I think book one was it wasn't perfect. I rated it a 4, but I think it was pretty damn close. It was a good
Yeah.
time. It was very well written.
It was
It w-
very emotional
it was
and lots of
emotional.
plot twists
Mhm.
and lots of, like conversations about what you would do as a human and what is humanity versus what is technology versus what's life. Like it was such a good book.
Yeah, it was
But then
very
I
good.
remember conversation for book 2 was a lot of disappointment.
Yeah. Book 2, it just changed a lot from book 1, and if I
Mhm.
remember correctly, I think the author was gonna stop there, and then because all the people wanted him to continue writing, he did book 2. I don't think it was intended to be a trilogy, if I remember correctly. Do you remember
Duology.
that? Yeah, duology. Do you remember
Yeah.
that?
I don't remember that, but I do remember us saying that he should have only written 1 book.
Yeah, I feel like and I didn't go back to listen to the podcast, but something in my soul tells me I investigated it because we both said it shouldn't have been a second book, and that's what I
Yeah.
found. So, quote me, don't quote me, but do your due diligence, y'all, before don't come for me.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I found. That's what I remember anyway.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, so I think that was decent overall for a
Mhm.
duology. It was a different experience. We got to go to space, break things
Yeah.
up a little
No, it
bit.
was
We
very
had,
different from what we normally read because
yeah,
we usually don't read books by men. We usually don't read LGBTQ books. We usually don't read books in space.
yeah,
Like it was so different on every level, and book 1 hit it hit it out of the park for us. We
it
loved that
did.
book.
Yeah, it was very good.
That was a good book.
Yeah. If only we could have got a few more setups like that.
If only.
If only.
So then the next duology was again very different. This was Asian inspired, but Six Crimson Cranes. It was
Another
cute.
big hitter with the community. Like
Mhm.
this book one was over 100,000 reviews, ratings, I should
Mhm.
say. And the average rating was high. Out the gate, the average rating was 4.18.
Mhm.
And I think that's one of the things that drew attention because when I see, wow, over 100,000 people rated this
Hi,
where
yeah.
where it skewed high, I'm like, oh, this has got to be a good one.
And I think it is, but for the younger crowd.
Yeah, it
Like
was very childlike.
we we like YA, but we also get annoyed with YA, and so I think it was written and intended for younger teens. Like this is not an 18-year-old. This is more like 14, 15, which is just on that too early cusp for us.
Yeah, it read like kind of almost
Almost a
like
middle
a
grade.
yeah, yeah. It definitely felt like like obviously it was fantasy, so that's not the word I'm
Mhm.
looking for, but it was almost like a fairy tale almost.
Yeah, it was very fairy tale inspired, like with
Yeah.
the curse and the evil stepmom and the brothers helping her, and she has 6 older brothers, and all of them still live at home. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
very fairy tale-esque, but very good. I think I said this in the podcast, but, like, I feel like this would be good for 14-year-olds. Not
Mhm.
for adults, unless you want to read kids' books, but, like, this was a good duology for 14-year-olds.
Yeah, so for me, this is firmly in the not good or bad category. I think
Mhm,
I rated both of these installments 3 stars. So, here,
mhm.
that's not bad. On Shelf
No,
Addiction, 3 stars is middle of the road.
3 stars is good. 3
Yeah.
stars is a good, solid book.
Yeah, so is it I mean, obviously sitting here talking about it, we do have we have some recollections of what we
Some
read.
something's coming back.
Yeah, but it's not high on something I would recommend, but like Casey
Mm-mm.
said, if you're a little younger or you like to read younger or you have like a younger sibling or niece or
Mhm,
nephew or child or something that you will want
mhm.
to, let them dip their toe into a little bit of fantasy, this could be a good option for that. Okay, so up next, we read Carissa Broadbent's a couple years ago, I think, and I really liked those. I think it was a trilogy as well. I don't know. I don't even know. Let me look. Um, we read her other one. Oh yeah, The Serpent and the Wings of Night. We read that. And
I think
that
you read that one
was,
without me.
yeah, you were off doing
Yeah.
something that summer, being fabulous, traveling or something, and
Yeah.
we were here reading. But that that was a fun time, and I think that was 2 books, I think. So I said, "Hey, let's return to Carissa Broadbent and see what she's up with," because a lot of people
Mhm.
like this trilogy. Referred it again, a high audience rated this book 1 to over 200,000 ratings.
Mhm.
Average was 4.02. All the signs were there. We enjoyed her before, or I did anyway. So we picked this up. And, for me personally, it was 3 books. And each book, the star rating went down by 1.
Mhm. I just remember being annoyed this whole time.
Mm,
I think I'm actively erasing this story from my brain
mm.
because I just remember being annoyed.
Oh, man. Yeah, so for me, out the gate, I gave it 4 stars, Daughter of No Worlds. I thought it was different. I thought, I like a strong leading lady, and she obviously had some power. I don't know, something about it I really liked out the gate. I
Mhm.
had problems with it, but I remember enjoying it. And then with the second book, I'm like, it's just not as enjoyable. it's it's slowing down. We're in too many places. Like, I don't like when the love interests are split up for most of the
Mhm.
books. And that's what happened in this trilogy. When they
Mhm.
finally get together, they're instantly split up for most of the books. Someone's journey
Yeah.
was more interesting than the other.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me in book 2, I was way more invested in the other characters. I wanted the bad guys' points of view. I wanted their stories. Those were peak 10 out of 10 for me. And then book 3 just took that away.
It
And so I
did.
got even more
Because
annoyed.
we were so excited. We were like,
Mhm.
oh, we want more of her. Because
I
how
want
the
more of this.
author,
I want more of her. I
yep,
love this. There's a bad guy who's bad for good reasons because she thinks she's doing the right thing. And I love villains like that, where you're like, okay, yes, she has the right intentions, but she's going about it in this really wrong way. And how is this going to, resolve? Are we going to get inside her head again? And they took that away from me in book 3.
yeah, I
They
don't
took
know.
that away from me, and I was really sad.
Like, why would they do that? Because I think it was like this thing where I remember we got like a whole like past of what happened through
Mhm.
her memories. And
Mhm.
it was so interesting. We were like, wow, we want to see more of that. That was excellent. Now I'm
Yes.
invested. And then
Yes.
it was just like, it did not deliver at
At
all
all.
in the third book.
Yeah, no.
So it was a downhill slide.
Yeah.
I ended the third book with 2 stars. Do you remember where you ended on the third book?
I think I gave it 2 stars because I was disappointed. That was an emotional, "You didn't deliver what I wanted." 2
Yeah.
stars.
And honestly, that trilogy with that start, I felt like, oh my man, maybe this is it. Maybe, maybe, maybe.
Mhm.
And it was just like face plant.
Yeah, it was just, "Nope, nope, not for us, not today."
No. So yeah, that was also number 4. And okay, so finally we ended the year in October and November. We ended with The Heartless Hunter
Mhm.
duology by Kristen Cicerelli. Now, let's talk about, you tell me about why we delved into this one. You read the first book before.
Yes. So, as an editor and a person living in the bookish world, I see every book possible being labeled as enemies to lovers. And 90% of the time, they're not true enemies. They're just people who bicker or
Mhm.
kind of don't like each other, but they're not
Mhm.
enemies. If you're
Mhm.
not actively trying to kill each other, you are not enemies. And I read this book, and they were actual enemies who actively try to kill each other. And spoiler alert, skip ahead 5 seconds, he still tries to kill her at the end of book 1. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it was great. I loved it.
So look, I accept everything you just said and I agree. But one thing cannot carry a book for me because she did one thing properly and
That's
correct
true.
and perfectly.
Yeah.
The rest of it, the rest was like meh at best. for me. Both of those books came in at 3 stars. I didn't love it, didn't hate it. It was fine enough. The pacing was good, generally speaking. I wasn't like bored or anything, but it wasn't very memorable for me.
And that's fair.
Yeah, it's kind of like, eh. Oh, and I remember, okay, so this was recent, so I do actually remember.
Yeah.
My biggest issue was I didn't feel like, okay, so the whole thing is about this witch who is powerful and has all the. We didn't see enough of her doing magic, being a rock star, kicking ass. You know, she was this crimson witch. You know, she was kind of like hiding, but, you know, rescuing people under the guise of like, I don't know, a superhero almost. We didn't get enough of her doing that kind of work. At the end, it kind of got lazy with her doing these stupid things that, like, why are we acting like we tripped and fell or some dumb shit? I'm like, you know, that kind of thing where we could have more magic, more everything. And like the author really dialed it down. I don't understand why you wouldn't rev up. Instead, she took her foot off the gas.
I know. That was annoying.
Like, what's up?
She decided to focus more on the romance aspect of it, which was annoying. Like, I fully agree. Yeah.
And the romance wasn't great. To me, he's no one's book boyfriend. He's not, I'm like, what's so hot about him? I don't know. He kind of whack.
He can sew, which most men can't. So we have to give him kudos for that. But
look, he's got a skill that is very lovely. but.
That's a very lovely skill.
Yes. Hey, I admire people who can sew. It's great. Yes. I give you kudos for that. But you get no brownie points for sewing, and your parents were tailors and sewers and stuff. So it's a family business. And you made her a pretty dress. Yay. But you also spent the whole first book trying to get her naked and stuff so you can see these scars. I don't know. He just was not it for me.
That's okay.
And them together was just, and then of course I ultimately we both hate the baby trope, and we got a little,
that was so bad.
And another missed opportunity, y'all. The author could have opened the floodgates for her to have like premonitions and all kind of things. And instead she just used it to see a future with some children running around with her eyes. So stupid.
Why?
So another flat.
Yep.
So in a nutshell, 2025 was different and kind of meh.
Yep. That's a good recap. Different but meh.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think though, if I did have to pick, you said it earlier, if I had to pick like the best of the best, I would say, and I'd have to call out specific books, not the series.
Yeah.
So, like you said, The Darkness Outside Us, book 1. That one was good. And for me, the Daughter of No Worlds, book 1. Those were the best. Did you have a best besides?
I would say The Darkness Outside of Us.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to stick with Heartless Hunter just because the other books annoyed me that much. And I love a good enemies to lovers.
Yes, you do.
Give me all the actual enemies trying to kill each other, please and thank you.
I like that too. It's fun. And you're right. The author did it right. She did all the things right. But, no one wins a gold star for doing the right thing. You're supposed to do the right thing.
My heart. My heart.
Yeah, I get it. That's fair. All right, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to check out these commercials. By listening to those, you guys, you are really helping out the podcast. Don't forget to pick up a copy of the Book Review Journal, available right now on Amazon. And feel free to join us over on the Book Club's app. Click around in the show notes, do all the things, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. We are going to dive into the other half of our reading for the year, where we kind of found interesting books to read that weren't a part of a series necessarily. Some were, some weren't. We were trying new genres, new things. Again, you're different. That's what we were doing this year.
We really went different
Yeah.
on some of the stuff.
Yeah, we had one kind of comfort read, I'd say.
Yeah.
All right,
Are you
let's
talking
go
about
back.
Patricia Briggs?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah. Okay.
one. So let's go back to January. Let's do it the same thing. Let's go chronologically. Oh, shit. That was this year.
No. Listen,
Okay.
I thought this was last year for sure.
Okay. So this is this year? Oh my
Oh,
God.
no.
That doesn't seem right. That seems wrong, doesn't it?
Butcher and Blackbird,
Yeah.
January
That was
2025.
this year.
I
Okay.
feel like it was last year. Like, I would have
Yeah.
bet money to be like, yeah, no, we did that last year. But apparently it was this year.
Yeah. But I do feel like in our book chat arena, this was an excellent start to the year.
Absolutely. We
We
love this book.
yeah,
5 stars, both of us.
we both really enjoyed Bren Weaver's
Mm-hmm.
world. Who would have thought two serial killers falling in love would be fun to read?
So much fun.
So much fun. You know, they're eating things they shouldn't be eating and going on murder sprees together and turning it
And
into a
going on cute
contest.
dates together.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah. And the couple in this book, I think, is still my favorite couple, I think.
Ooh.
I really like Sloane and Rowan together. They're really nice. It's a good pairing. And it was a great start. So
It was a great start. Yeah.
Chef's Kiss. I mean, that led us to read all the other books. We read them all.
And the spinoff, which
And the
we'll do at the
spinoff.
end of the
Yeah.
year.
So yeah, that was excellent. That was probably the best find of the year.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, if I had to give a little gold star, it would be for Bren Weaver. She gave us something different.
Yes, absolutely.
And it was a good time. All right, let's move on to February. What did we do in February? Wah wah. Okay, so Rebecca Yarros, dude.
Disappointment.
Yeah,
Big disappointment. Walking away from the series. We're done.
I feel like we're pretty much done. That was book 3.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not getting better. And like this one, this is a huge series. Like right now, there's over 1.5 million ratings
Yeah.
on Goodreads. And honestly, the average rating of book 3 is 4.21. And I think it is a bunch of fan obsessed people rating as 5 stars, people who don't necessarily read for critiquing and they just read for vibes only and that's it. I think that's why this skews so high, and maybe they're
Probably.
younger readers as well,
or new readers. There's a lot of new readers.
So I mean, good for her for kicking the ass and getting the numbers. I mean, she's making bank, but I think it was disappointing. I ended up rating it a 3-star because I guess it wasn't the worst thing ever.
Yeah.
But for something that's freaking 544 pages or something.
It was longer than that. I feel like. I think it was like close to over 600 pages.
I don't know. It was
I don't know. It was long and annoying.
Long and never ending.
Yep.
And I do think I'm done with it. I feel like I am. I feel like I'm done with it because, always listen to our instinct, because there was another book, I think, in this category that we read, and then I said, "Oh, did you see that something else is out?" And you're like,
Quicksilver. Well, which I have. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Okay, so Quicksilver, I think we actually read in 24.
Oh, we did?
But,
okay.
Yeah, we read it in 24. I just checked. We read it December 24.
Okay. See, I would have sworn that was this year.
Yeah, no.
Good Lord, my brain is.
But the thing about that is, all the hype on TikTok, all the videos, all the stuff. And when you reminded me what we said about that, I backed off immediately. And I'm glad I did, because since that book came out, people are bitching up a storm. It's bad.
They're saying it was not edited at all.
No, there was a clear mistake in there, like a big one where people are like, what?
Like lots of typo. I'm seeing people say they're typos, sentences repeated, people like being in one room and then suddenly in another room. Like,
but not even just the technical parts. People are saying that Kingfisher seems like a different character in a bad way,
Ooh.
in a bad way.
Oh,
Like, their banter isn't the same, he's not the same. It's almost like she changed his character, the behaviors.
interesting.
Oh, yeah, they hate it. I haven't seen anyone say it's good. I've seen people saying, "I'm struggling with this book. What do I do? Did you finish?" And then the people who are finishing, they're like, "Oh, it's horrible."
Oh, damn. Oh, no.
Yeah, so because of that experience and how we talk about this Rebecca Yarros
Mm,
Empyreans, books we've read so far, I'm sticking with it. I don't care what cool stuff they put out to make this next book look enticing. I feel
mm-mm.
like we should follow our first mind
Yeah, yeah.
because we're always
Ooh,
right.
okay.
We're right.
We're right, yes.
Anyway, so moving on to March.
I got abducted by aliens, and now I'm trapped in a rom-com.
By Kimberly Lemming.
Yes, it was adorable. Very spicy, over the top, absurd,
Hmm.
but cute. She always makes me laugh. I think I liked it more because I'm already invested in her as an author. Like, she's already one of my favorites because we read her other trilogy last year. I
Hmm.
think it was last year.
Okay, so for me, I did not love it. I didn't think it was that cute. I thought it was kind of weird. I ended up rating it at 3 out of 5, and I did like her other stuff much better.
Mhm.
I thought this was just a little too something or another.
Little too
Um,
alien-y.
yeah, and I didn't like the whole mating thing. Let's get these people to mate. Remember, the aliens were
Oh,
kind of trying to get them
yeah.
to procreate, and they were doing all this other stuff. It was just kind of ick. It was giving a little ick. I just didn't love it. I didn't love the banter, and then it ended up being like a woman with like two guys that just two other aliens that are very different, and they got no. It was just not for me. I think it was okay. I think I would still give Kimberly Lemming more chances, but I know
Definitely.
her stuff is pretty quirky.
Yes. I mean, based on that title alone, you know it's gonna be fun. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's it. Honestly, I don't love the cover art. The cover, I'm like, oh God, what is this? So I feel like the last books I read from her, I thought they were at least kind of sexy a little
Yeah.
bit. This I didn't think was.
I feel like this was more intentionally weird, if that makes sense. Like they are aliens, and like they are very different.
They're not hot aliens.
Whereas like with her other series, they're more humanoid even if they have horns.
Right.
So yeah, that definitely makes it sexier because it's not blue
Yeah.
dick alien.
Ugh. So so yeah, girl, sorry. Sorry, Miss Lemming, but that was a no-go for me. But three is fine.
3 is
We
fine.
also did Leather and Lark. Again, we returned to Bryn Weaver,
That
another.
was a special Patreon only.
Yeah, so if you want to hear that, you gotta go over to Patreon. But again, it was very good. We had a good time.
We had a great time.
Yes. And then when March came around,
That was March.
fun times with oh, I chose Scythe and Sparrow. Was that the one that was on Patreon only?
Both of them. We
Oh,
did
really?
Leather and Lark and Scythe and Sparrow in Patreon only.
Okay, well, if you want to see what we think of those two, head on over to Patreon. Okay, so April, there we
So
go. I'm
April
losing
was
track.
Lights Out.
Lights Out. Oh God. So Lights Out. Um,
This book.
this is another one that was pretty popular on TikTok. There's over 500,000 ratings for it. But this whole stalker thing with a morally gray male lead.
Mm-hmm.
He's like TikTok famous as a masked man. He's,
Yeah.
the masked men were pretty popular for a while there.
They're still
Um,
popular in some circles, and other people have finally started walking away and finding new stuff.
yeah. I think the one thing that stood out about this to me is he's supposed to be big and bad, but like when some murder happens, he all scary acting. And
He is like a little puppy
yeah,
who has that like the little dogs who have the big bark and then run away when something happens.
Yeah. Was this the book with the knife in the
Yeah.
bed?
The knife
Ugh.
in the bed. Yeah.
I'm
The
like,
poor bed.
the knife. I can't.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
At
this
least he
was
cleaned it. He sterilized it
he
for her,
did
so that
clean
was
the knife.
romantic.
See, this is how people end up in the ER with crazy stories.
And she was an ER nurse.
Yeah. The irony. Like, I'm
Mhm.
not. That could have went very wrong, even if it was clean.
So many different ways for it to go wrong.
Yeah, it was fine. Again, it was kind of middle of the road. It was fine. I
Yeah.
think I am done with that world. If there's more books, I don't know. Are there? Yep, there
Yeah,
are.
there's another one that came
Caught up
out.
in Game On. Mm-mm. There's 2 more books.
No, I only knew about the one.
Yep,
So
there's 2 more. But yeah, I'm done with that. I guess Masked Men isn't my thing. It was fine enough, but
nope.
I
Thank
mean,
you. Next.
yeah, he's like sneaking in her house, and they end up with a cat. She had a cat, and the cat liked him or something.
Yes.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
yeah, fun times. Okay, lights
So
out.
fun. Cute.
May, what do we do in May? Oh, I like May kind of.
The Secret World of Maggie Gray.
So May were vibes. I feel like that was a book you read for vibes.
Yes. There's a murder mystery, but the murder happens at the end of the book,
Yeah.
which was weird.
It was weird. And not only that, I feel like Maggie Gray wasn't even the main character.
Mm-mm. She was just one of the characters.
Right. It was more like an ensemble cast.
Yeah.
And Maggie Gray did have, I guess she did kick off the book, but a lot of other characters had more screen time. The Siren had more screen time than Maggie Gray.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was fun enough. Again, it was vibes. I was liking the vibe of a, HBCU, and
Hell yeah.
I can imagine being on their like sorority fraternity row, seeing that stuff go down. It was fun. It was fun,
Mm-hmm.
atmospheric a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 3. It was fine.
I don't remember anything about this book.
Really?
I really don't.
I liked it.
Somebody ends up with the professor, which was a little weird, but
there were wolves. Remember, there were wolves in there.
There were wolves.
Sirens, wolves, witches. The one witch tries to call these little ghost kids during one of their little seance they did.
Oh no.
Yeah. Okay. So I know there are 2 more books in this trilogy, but I'm not sure I'm going to read them. I mean, never say never. I'm not completely Xing it out, but I already know if I do it, it's going to be strictly for vibes. So I'm going to have to be like on someone's beach with a very strong cocktail.
Yeah.
So I could actually just whatever it,
just vibe it out.
Vibe it out.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah, that was May. All vibes. So June, let's move on.
Shield of Sparrows.
Another TikTok.
I remember this one being cute, but just so, I don't want to say basic, but like entry-level romantasy.
Yeah. So I remember when we talked about this one, there were 2 books that were hot on TikTok at the time. One was Silver Elite, and then there was Shield of Sparrows.
This one.
And then people were saying, like, people were trashing Silver Elite so bad. They said Shield of Sparrows was a much better book for content. Again,
and it was a good story, but it just felt very elementary.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it was a very, like, it's the basic premise of every romantasy. It's following every single plot where, like, oh, she's getting forced to marry this guy, but it's secretly this guy. And if you know the trope, you figure that out on chapter 1.
Yes.
And then she has to be trained, and then she meets these people. And like, it was just, to me, it felt like a good entry-level romantasy. So if somebody's never read romantasy before, I would give them this book. But for people like us who have read romantasy for decades, it's not anything new.
Every single thing we guessed, we knew.
Every single thing.
There was no surprises.
And we guessed, like, she would have plot twist setups in the beginning and then have it revealed in the end, but we knew by chapter 3, like, okay, this is exactly how it's going to play out.
Yeah. Which is kind of annoying
Mm-hmm.
in a way. Like,
Yeah.
there's nothing that you can get me with.
Not a single thing.
So, I mean, it was fine enough, but will I read more? Don't know. I unlikely.
Unlikely. Yeah.
Yeah. There is a book too. It comes out in April 26th, but
Oh,
this is
no.
not on my
Pass.
radar to
No,
engage
thank
with.
you.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to what's next?
Murderbot.
Murderbot. Yes. Okay. So Murderbot was a fun time.
So Murderbot is one of the very, very rarest times when I say I like the TV show more than I like the book.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I need to say about that.
It's true. So the thing, and I think I said this in the podcast, I think I kind of messed up because I watched it first.
Oh, yeah. No, you can't watch it. You have to
Yeah.
read the book first.
And I've always said that, but I don't know. See, what happened was, so I knew I kind of wanted to engage with this.
Mm-hmm.
But then Kevin was like, "You want to watch this?" And he kind of wanted to watch it now. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, sure, I'll watch it. And I had a good time with the show. It was very fun. But then I'm like, well, now I got to read the book. And the book was just so different.
So different. The book's not bad. The book is really good on its own. It's a very excellent story and very specific character voice.
Mm-hmm.
And like standing on its own, if you don't watch the TV show and you just read the book, it's really cute because it's about this robot that just does not give a shit.
Mm-hmm.
And so he ignores stuff and intentionally says, I'm not paying attention because I don't care. And like
Mm-hmm.
that's such a good way for a character to explain why they're not describing stuff to the readers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really cute. It's fantastic. But the TV show was like, okay, we can do part of that, but we also have to expand with the humans.
Right.
And they did. And they did it in such a way that honored the story and kept his voice the same, but still gave you the other views that he was not telling you about.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it was better because it felt authentic to what the story could be.
Yeah.
If Murderbot was actually like human and telling the story.
And I think that the show delved more into the other characters, you know what I mean? So we got
Yes,
to know those
100%.
characters more, which made it more interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Mm-hmm.
literally changed the ending a little bit as well.
Well, yeah. They made it
So,
more action-y, I guess.
mm-hmm. So, I mean, it was fine. And it was a short read, which was good. Thank God it was short.
Yeah.
Because I do feel bad. I'm like, usually the book is better, but not this time, in my opinion.
But it was a good book. I'm pretty sure I gave it 4 stars. Like, it was a good book, but it still just wasn't. The TV show was actually better. Surprisingly better.
Okay. I did not give it 4 stars. I gave it 3. So,
which is fair, because if you're used to storytelling of like, there's all this stuff going on in the world, and then you come down to just like his very tiny explanation, yeah, it feels like you're being left out. But if you start with that tiny explanation and you're like, okay, this is a fun time, and then you see the whole world and you're like, oh, now it's a great time.
Exactly.
So, yeah.
Okay. So let's move on to August. And oh God. Oh God. Okay. So August, we decided to go
Try
a little
something new.
different. Again, different, code word different.
Vampires in Mexico.
Yeah.
Certain Dark Things by, what's her name?
Sylvia Moreno Garcia.
Yes.
And I feel like, and I said this in the podcast, I should have known. I should have known not to do it. But all the things said, oh, this is different. It's fun. But I should have considered that I had read Mexican Gothic by her a little while ago. And I thought it was okay. I wasn't excited to read more by her, but we were so desperate. I feel like we were just trying to find anything. And I
Mm-hmm.
wanted vampires at the time. I remember I
Yes.
wanted vampires, but this was very different. It was kind of like neon dark. It was like giving me these vibes of,
Very gothic vibes.
yeah,
But like,
gothic, but like, can you imagine like walking through the streets and they have like flickering neon signs and it's just dark
mm-hmm.
and you got like, it feels a little futuristic, but not really.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, the vibe was very different. So I think
Mm-hmm.
that there was a lot there that could have been done,
Mm-hmm.
but it just didn't hit. Like I rated that one 2 stars. What did you rate? Do you remember?
I think I gave it 3, but maybe 2, 2.5.
Okay. I didn't love it. It was fine.
It was
Less
a good
fine.
story. It was decently written, but it felt like we just had part of a story. Like we kind of came in the middle and then it ended before the story really ended. Like it was just over for now.
We had questions about her family, her
Mm-hmm.
history. I remember
Mm-hmm.
us questioning that, like, why is
Yeah.
this guy doing this stuff for her? You know,
Yeah.
why this, why that? And the guy trying to follow her around to help her, that was weird as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, is he young? How young is he? How old is she? We had like some issues there.
Questions.
Yeah,
Yeah.
questions. So Certain Dark Things was a miss for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was August. September was a fun ride.
So we went in the complete opposite direction.
We did. We went and found some crazy shit, apparently. We read a hockey romance, and neither one of us. Oh, are you there?
I'm here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we read a hockey romance, and neither one of us are into hockey.
Yeah. Never watched a hockey game before. Never read a hockey book before.
No, me neither. It's all new. But I said, well, again, different. I should make you take a shot every time I say the word different.
I would be dead right now. My liver would be shutting down.
The theme of 25, different. Okay. So this was interesting. So it was by Emily Rath, and
Mhm.
people really seem to love this book online.
Mhm.
It was a 3-star for me.
Yeah,
I
it was
thought
fine.
it was interesting to see this girl come and like, okay, so the beginning was really cute. I liked the beginning a lot. She meets this guy at a bar.
But yeah, the
They hook
prequel
up. The
story.
prequel,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
at
yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning. It was super cute. I'm like, I really wanted to see what would happen when they found each other again. And then when they did, you know, their reintroduction to each other was a little bit odd at best. I'm like, that's too bad, you know.
Mhm.
But then she proceeds to like go man crazy and just pick up men to add to her harem like no one's business. She even somehow managed to get a straight man to participate in these shenanigans.
Mhm.
This man, okay, so she had 2 friends that had been friends for a long time, and one of them liked the other. So, you know, in more than a friendly way. She had them interacting. This woman was directing these men
Yeah. Oh
this
yeah.
whole book.
She had them wrapped around her little finger.
They doing stuff they didn't think they would be doing. She's teaching people how to do stuff. She's convincing a guy who likes monogamy with women to like share her with other people. And
Mhm.
it's a fiasco.
Yep.
It was very entertaining, I'll say that. But was it actually good?
It depends on, like, it was a good popcorn book.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was a good vibe book, you know, like if you just want straight sex, or not even straight sex, if you want lots of sex with lots of different people and lots of different positions doing all kinds of crazy things and you just want to vibe with it, yeah,
Look,
that's a good book.
it was written pornography with a subplot. That's how it was. It was a lot of sex. A lot of sex.
So much. Read erotica that has way more sex. So
Well, I think it wasn't, but it's not labeled erotica.
no, this is not erotica. This is
So,
romance. Like there's a
right.
lot of emotional depth and character development to them.
Is it? I don't know.
I mean, in their context.
Is it really? But yeah, that's what I said. It has a subplot there. I think the author attempted to make, like you said, some depth, but I still think it was just a bunch of horny people that looked good. They all look good to each other. And this woman is supposedly such, I don't really understand what was so great about her. I don't even think, and I said this in the podcast and I remember it now, I don't even think she actually is in love with those men. I feel like if Josh, I think that was one of the guys' name, I don't know, one of them, like the puppy dog, he wanted to be loved by her. He wanted to marry her.
Oh, the guy who she first met.
Okay, he wanted that so bad.
That upset me more than anything because he wanted to marry her from the get-go, from night one, from that prologue moment. He was like, I want to marry you. And at the end, she's like, no, marry your best friend. I'm going to marry this other guy, but we're still going to be in our little square.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, this man has been pining for you forever. He is the only one who kept saying, I want to marry you. I want to marry you. I want to marry you.
He got pawned off on his best friend.
And he got pawned off.
So she could marry the straight guy.
Yeah.
Because there's no one else for him. Because it's you or nothing.
Yeah.
But I do think ultimately, let's say that, and he was like, was he Russian or Ukrainian or something?
I think he was Russian. I think.
He was something. But anyway, if he said, nah, dude, I'm not down for this, she would have been like, okay, who's next on the team?
Yeah.
How in the hell did this bitch not get fired? And that's another thing. I'm like, how in the hell did you still have a job?
Well, they technically fired her for a day, and then all the teammates got together.
That's bullshit.
Yeah, that was the Hallmark fix of fixes.
No, she should be done. You're finished in this town, ma'am.
Yep.
That would have been appropriate. Like, you know, you get your just desserts, but just a consequence for it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did not like that. It was fine.
I agree.
Throw a little reality in there with that fantasy, because that was a straight up fantasy.
No, that was a fantasy. That was a better fantasy world than some of the other fantasy books we've read.
Oh my God. So yeah, I think and I think we liked Emily Rath because of the stuff she was doing on social media. We said, let's give her a try. We liked what she was saying. We liked how she presented herself on certain things. So that opened the door for her, even though we never would have read this book on our own.
Mm-mm. And I don't think I want to read another hockey book. Like, same. No, thank you.
I'm good with that. Same.
Yeah.
And then at the end, they all are wearing her jerseys. That jersey, I could not fucking do it.
Oh, God, not the jersey.
I could not do it. I'm like, you guys are professional athletes. Y'all doing this dumb stuff? Okay.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Don't even
hard pass.
It makes zero sense. I cannot. But then thankfully, the next month, we got to return to something that was fun.
Yay!
It had a lot less sex in it, a whole lot less.
A lot more murder.
We're back to Murder Town. We're Murder Town 2.0 with Tourist Season, the spinoff.
Serial Killers by Brynn Weaver.
She knows how to write some serial killers.
She does. She really does. And we loved it.
Oh yeah, it was a good time. It was a good time. I still don't think the couple is cute, but not as cute as the other couples.
Mm-mm. They're not as good as the other couples.
No.
He very much gives off like puppy dog vibes, like golden retriever. He'll kill a squirrel every once in a while, but mostly he'll run into trees.
Yep.
And mess up. Yeah.
So this dude is making her hot chocolate while they're out there trying to dig up bodies.
Yeah.
He's like, it's cold. I made
golden retriever boy.
I made you some fresh hot chocolate. It's not even out the packet. And what does he get for his good service? He gets drugged. Cute. It's cute. It's fun.
So cute. Yeah.
So I'll definitely recommend that as well.
Anything by Brynn Weaver. We are going to read anything and everything by her.
Yeah, I think I like her banter. I must just like the personal vibes that she's giving off. We probably would like her in real life.
Probably. I hope so.
Yeah, she's giving off.
She gives off those good vibes.
Yeah, sarcasm. Yes, I'm on board. Okay, what's next?
Also in October, we did the Scared Sexy anthology, but we only read the 2 stories.
Oh,
We read
okay.
J.T. Geisinger and
Kimberly Lemming
Kimberly
again.
Lemming. That's it. Thank you.
So I'm going to start with Kimberly Lemming because, again, what the fuck, Kimberly Lemming? My boyfriends are all monsters.
Yeah. They have like this weird sex thing at the end, and then there's tentacles.
Tentacles, and all her boyfriends is one monster.
Mm-hmm.
So, ugh, that was a 2 out of 5. It was 2 for me. I did not love it. It was crazy. You got you in this town with this monster acting like a whole bunch of different characters all around the town. Who's doing the
Yeah.
work? Who's maintaining that town? Who's doing this stuff? It sound crazy. It was not fun. I don't know what happened there.
And then Spicy Little Curses by J.T. Geisinger.
I actually liked that one. I gave that one a 4 out of 5.
It was good.
Yeah.
I wish there's more to it. Like, it was a solid story.
I feel like if I see another book, now would I run out and just pick up something by that author? Maybe not. But I feel like if these same 2 characters actually if Petra and Dax got a story, a full-blown story, whether it's a continuation or something, I don't know. I think I would at least entertain it because I did like the base of this story.
Yeah.
And there were things that could be built on. So, and I stand by what I said in the podcast. Like when you do anthologies like this, you're not only giving something to your fans, but you're trying to hook new audiences.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that Spicy Little Curses delivered on that, and My Boyfriends Are All Monsters did not. I wonder if Kimberly Lemming is pulling new fans from this anthology because I was not impressed.
Probably not, unless people really like tentacles, and then they might be impressed. But that's a very personal question.
Girl, I don't like tentacles going in all the crevices. No, thank you. No.
No,
Tentacles
thank you.
have suction things on there.
Nope. We're not talking about the tentacles.
That's a hell no. Okay. Finally, we finished with a comfort read. We had a comfort read in November. It was fun to return to the world of Mercy Thompson.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God. This was definitely a top favorite read of the year.
Yes. Blind Date with a Werewolf, which is
5 short stories about Asil, a beloved character in the Alpha and Omega spinoff series.
Yes.
But he finally finds his new mate, and we adore her, and now I need a full novel of them immediately.
It's so cute.
So cute. It's so cute.
But Asil is such flexible kind of guy.
Mm-hmm.
He goes on these random dates and he's like, let's continue the date. Let's hang out. Let's go to the mall.
He's over 1,000 years old. He's down for anything.
Yeah. He's like, hey, I'm here. Let's do this. And people are constantly saying, you're fine. Why are you on this dating app? I don't understand.
It's because he doesn't want to leave his house. It's because he doesn't want to leave his roses.
Yeah.
So a friend had to set up all these dates for him and force him out of the house.
And the friend, I did not guess who the friend was.
I had him on my ideas.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was a good time. It was fun. Some of those stories were republished from other places. Which I hadn't. I read. Yeah, I think I read one of them before. I don't really remember when, but I don't know. I don't buy a whole bunch of anthologies with random.
Yeah,
I just don't do it just for one story. I kind of hate when
the
authors do that.
You don't need to.
Yeah, but I do like when the authors ultimately come back together and publish something with all of them in one spot.
Yes. Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So the diehard fans of this world can just read them all without having to buy all those other things. But yeah. So yeah, Blind Date with a Werewolf was very nice and cozy.
It was great.
Yeah.
A good read. Definitely 10 out of 10 for any fan of the Mercy world.
Yes, I agree. So the highlights for me for the book chats, again, Bryn Weaver for the win.
Always, yes.
She rocked it this year for our reading. And of course, Patricia Briggs, Old Faithful.
Uh-huh.
She bring it every time. It's always a good time. It may be a short time, but it's a good time.
And I'm right there with you. Same across the board. Bryn Weaver. We read 4 books by her.
Yeah.
Do you realize that? We read 4 books by her this year.
Yeah, she's the superstar of the year
for us. She is the superstar for us of this year. Serial killers.
Yeah.
Which is different. Have we read serial killers before?
No, but who knew that we would just take to that? So, we just loved it. Like, more.
Yes.
That surprised me, honestly. I did not expect that,
Same.
So.
I thought it'd be a cute, good time, and then I'd forget about it and walk off. But no, it was great.
Yeah, it was very good. Okay. That's our 2025.
What a different year.
Yeah. That was a very different year. Shot.
Oh my God. No, we would be dead if we took shots.
I know, we'd both be on the floor because honestly, we probably needed the shots for some of these books, but might have made them better. But next year, stick around, you guys. Subscribe and follow the podcast. Join us on book clubs because you can join us and talk about the fantasy series with us, with other people. It's always fun to hear other opinions outside of ours.
Yes.
And I'm excited for 26. We're trying to, like I said, nail at least one powerhouse fantasy series next year.
Please.
We need it.
Excellent.
Yeah, we need it bad.
Yes, we do.
All right, I think I'm done. What about you?
I think I'm done.
Okay, so this has been a fun conversation. We appreciate you guys for listening to this entire episode. And happy holidays to you. Enjoy the time with your friends and family, or to yourself, or reading, whatever you choose to do. Enjoy this time of year. And we'll catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Did you enjoy today's episode? If so, please head over to Apple Podcast or Spotify and leave a positive 5-star review. It's a simple action that makes a big difference. You can also like this episode on your favorite podcast player or share it with your fellow bookworm friends on social media. Joining the Shelf Addiction Patreon family is another way to support us. For as little as $2 a month, you can help our team create even more amazing bookish content. If Patreon isn't your thing, consider becoming a supporter on the Spreaker app for just $5 a month and gain access to exclusive audio-only content. You can find me everywhere, including Instagram, X, and TikTok under the handle Shelf Addiction. Join our book club of the same name on the book club's website and app, where we discuss all things bookish and more in a safe space. The Shelf Addiction podcast is a part of the Nerdy Maven Network. Thanks for tuning in.